How willing are you to think differently? Or how stuck in your old ways are you? That's the question for every beginner that starts Wing Chun. If you are too stuck in your old ways, then you will not transform through Wing Chun. You will not be successful at Wing Chun. I guarantee it. You may do it for a little bit of time, maybe a year or two or a little bit longer, but you're never going to truly get it. And you're never going to truly transform through the art the way that Wing Chun is meant to do. Because you don't learn Wing Chun, you become Wing Chun. It is truly transformational. Mentally, physically, emotionally, on all those levels, Wing Chun is meant to transform you. So that question still remains. How willing are you to change the way you think? You must think differently in order to get good at Wing Chun, because Wing Chun teaches you a more efficient way to think. It teaches you how to get to the origins of things rather than cover up the issues that you have. It teaches you, oh, well, hang on, what am I not aware of in this moment that I should be aware of to fix what I'm doing, right? So that takes a very internal reflection of the origins and taking full accountability, responsibility for what we're doing, shining a light on all those mistakes and errors we're making, getting out of our ego, humbling ourselves. These are the honest things that Wing Chun teaches you that, I love, and I love teaching others. But remember to answer that question. How willing are you to think differently? How willing are you to become Wing Chun? That is what's going to set the stage for your ability to actually learn Wing Chun and apply it to everything you do. My name is Sifu Adam Willis. We've got the 3 levels: mind, body, emotions. Those are the 3 levels that Wing Chun develops: the mind, the body, the emotions. And we are bringing them together. You know, you have to have the physical positions of leverage. Mm-hmm. You have to be in the right mindset to make that happen. You can't be amped. You can't be thinking, I'm going to beat you. Yeah. You know, you can't be overly fearful, which is the emotions. Mm-hmm. You're overly fearful of something, you're not going to do the right thing. You have to be completely confident and learn how to literally meditate as you annihilate. So we're dealing with those 3 things. And as you get better at one of those things, it makes it better for you. Starting from the feet and going up, the first is Lak Ma, which is lowering of the stance and also gripping with the feet. As we pinch our knees in, we're actually able to do Lak Ma. But pinching of the knees is actually the other element of good form called Kim Sut. So the knees are pinched in. Sometimes we'll even hold things between our knees to get this rootedness, we call it. The next element of good form is called Ting Yu. It is the pelvis tilted underneath. That last vertebrae, called the coccyx, tilts underneath as we sit and settle our energy low. This makes the small of the back straightened. The next element of good form is Mai Jarn or Mai Jong, and that's the correct elbow placement. In this chambered position, our elbows are down, our elbows are always lower than our wrists in this position. As our elbows are in front of us when we're doing different movements, we want our elbows to be on the elbow line, which is generally in the half of our half of each side, so that each arm individually protects each side. So we don't move over here to try to protect ourselves, additionally move over here to try to protect ourselves. In so doing, we open up ourselves. So that is correct elbow position. Additionally to correct elbow position is not coming too far back with our arm. We have this
immovable elbow, it's called, but dong jong. It never comes against our body. In our long bridge stance, which generally we start beginners out at, you want to be finger to thumb distance away. Later on, we'll go to a medium bridge, and then we'll go to a short bridge, which is generally a fist width away from our torso. The shoulders are low. As the elbows are also down and sunken, we imagine 150 pounds of mental weight in our elbows, 300 pounds in our shoulders. The next element of good form is Dung Tao or Jung Dao. The head is up, as if being pulled by a string, or as if you're looking over a fence. The head is also back, like this, directly over top of the spine. You want the skull directly over top of that. You don't want to stick your head out like this. It actually will cause tension in the trapezius muscles, which is one of the keys of relaxation that we're working on. The eyes gaze straight ahead, focusing in on forward intent, which is called Mach Lick. Eye power, directly translated. The tip of the tongue is to the roof of the mouth. The breathing is through the nose to the lower dantian, which is 3 finger widths below the navel in the center of the body. Imagine a reservoir of energy. You breathe in to that point, and then breathe out from that point.
The Wing Chun mind. Wing Chun develops within you a type of mind which is very, very simple, offensively driven, and attracted to your goal. Now, why does Wing Chun specifically develop a more focused, more simple, more direct, clear mind? It's because the approach of Wing Chun, the approach of Wing Chun is to focus solely upon the center line, focus solely upon getting to your goal. Most martial arts have a very defensive mindset. Wing Chun is very different. It has a very offensive mindset. When someone comes and attacks you, you're not thinking about how I should defend against them. You're not thinking about what block do I need to use. It's not a defensive mindset whatsoever. In fact, it's completely offensive. So I liken that defensive mindset of most martial arts to a negative mindset. Thinking about what is coming, the distractions that are coming, or the challenges that are coming. We don't focus on those challenges. We don't focus on the blocks. We don't focus on the defenses. We focus on the offenses. We focus on our goal right away. So whenever someone comes at you, you're not thinking, oh, they're throwing this punch at me or throwing this at me. No, you're thinking, how can I hit this person? How can I hit this person? And this may seem very simple, but I can tell you from my many years of experience, other martial arts don't think this way. They think first defensively. How can I handle this thing coming at me? With what technique am I going to use? Wing Chun is not that way. Wing Chun uses structure or position to handle defensive things. It simultaneously defends and attacks. But the number one thought process is, how can I attack? How can I attack? So it's very different approach, and it changes your entire approach to whatever you're doing in life if you can let it permeate through and you really become Wing Chun. The emotions that Wing Chun develops is a calm, centered, relaxed inner state that other martial arts will amp you up for a fight, for things. I've met several black belts from other martial arts that have gone through many years of training, and these other arts, when compared to Wing Chun, they just don't train you how to settle your nerves as much. Generally, those competitive martial arts, those that participate in the competition, for the most part, it's just not the same. It's not the same type of settling of your nerves. The most awesome thing about Wing Chun is its emotional impact on your life. Its emotional impact when confrontations come at you, you learn to settle. You learn to literally hit a switch where you're learning to meditate and become in this mindful, and not just mindful, but emotionally rooted place that is very difficult to get you out of when you practice it over and over and over in an emotional root. Just like we're looking for a physical root. In this next part of the video, you're going to see me helping a student to get into this emotional place, this settling down. And you'll see exactly how I go about it with one of my students who is more naturally very amped up, very competitive, and you know, just more tense and used to using what we call brute force to do the job of things. But you'll see how I go about helping him to relax and get to a place that he just initially didn't even think he could. So here it comes.
Good. All right. A little bit of a reach there, a little bit of a rush.
Yeah.
Okay, remember, you've got time. And you're also calmer than them. This is huge. Okay? Developing this level of calm over their level of calm. Right? You're going to be more clear. Knees. There we go. All right, how'd that feel?
It felt good. I felt I still reached a little bit, but I wasn't as frantic.
Okay, good. Can you settle the reach right now? Can you change it right now? Okay. Now, what about your emotional level right now? And I know people don't talk about this stuff, but it's super important because it is your mind and your body. It goes together.
I'm just planted here. I'm not.
Okay, well okay.
Are you talking about my calmness?
I'm talking about your calmness.
I believe that I'm where I need to be. If you react.
Can you settle your nerves even more?
Yeah.
Do you know that just had a physical effect on what you were delivering me? Your hand just got looser and your structure just got more solid because I only told you to settle your nerves.
And that little adjustment like that made all the difference.
Yes.
Subscribe to my channel and be sure to click the bell icon to be notified as new videos get uploaded.
So you're seeing how I'm talking about the mind, body, and emotions. The emotions are basically the nerves, how they play a part. And Wing Chun is meant to bring you into more of this calm, clear, simple, emotional, mental, physical state.
That little settling and bringing the shoulders back made all the difference.
It changes everything. Now, you look at a person that is emotionally tense and, fired up, amped, what are they?
Yeah, shoulders are up, and then
right?
Audio preview.
This is the physical effect of the emotions. Okay, settle again. Settle. I mean, I can feel your nerves. I feel your nerves in a physical form.
I'm in my hand, aren't I? My hand and my wrist.
Okay, so change it.
Audio preview.
Pretty good. Can you settle anymore? Yes, you can. See, there's more. You had more.
I was all in my hand and my wrist.
You were. So you remember how that feels. That point, that place of being settled. All right. Now try your best to bring that from the
beginning.
Yes. Yeah. And then also the magnetism to me. More of a magnetized thing to me, not a It's one of the better ones I've felt from you.
That felt good. That felt really good. I mean, you can't Other people can't see it, but
At that, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel energy. I mean, I feel the tension and the nerves when I touch hands with you here. When you punch me, I can feel the difference between all kinds of different things.
but for me, that kind of felt like a weak punch, like it didn't do anything.
Okay, so what's your job then? As you say that to yourself, what is now your job?
Well, I don't know if it's to follow through. I was saying that that's like a good thing because
It is a
the
good thing.
external, it's,
Yes.
the weak punch, it seems like it's not doing much. It's learning to trust in the system, and the system will do it.
Sometimes I call it the wimpy punch, right?
Yeah.
But let's, for the purpose of you really learning, you want to frame it in a very positive way because it helps you to develop.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Let's just say it's an internal punch, which it is.
Yeah, it comes more from the shoulder.
It's a
And
more
the structure than in someone's hand, and before I was in my hand, and
it's a more grounded punch. Maybe we want to do that.
Yeah.
And we're talking about settling everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is a more settled, grounded punch. Maybe that's how. Let's try to talk about it in the future, so that words help you with everything. If we call it a weak punch, if we call it a wimpy punch, then it's like, well, okay, why am I going to trust in wimpy? I don't really want to do that. But so see my other video called the wimpy punch. That's just a joke to say wimpy punch because it does feel wimpy.
Yeah.
But that's what we're talking about here is this internal feel where it doesn't feel like you're, hitting hard against someone else.
Feels wimpy to me, but you feel solid on your end.
Absolutely. It feels wimpy, but I can guarantee you, he doesn't feel like I'm coming into him anymore. It just feels too easy. Too easy to be like, can that be real?
That's a good word. It seems like it's too easy of a punch.
Yeah, this got to be fake. It's too easy. It's too easy to make that work when you're all lined up. You got, it's like that sweet spot in the back, and it flies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's too easy. That can't be real. Well, you tell me that ball just didn't fly over there, right?
It's true.
So those two things, you were settled, and you were connected, magnetized. Okay? There was a little delay in that. Your mind was somewhere else. That's all that means. So the magnetism wasn't quite there. When we start in this motion, this is not...
I need to be ready.
You need to be already magnetized to my center.
Okay.
It's not about being magnetized to my hand because this is the dam that's in the way of the river flowing. There, now I feel it. Okay. There's a delay.
No delay.
Are you on your front foot?
Yeah, and I'm also, it's not that I'm delaying on purpose. I'm kind of making sure my structure is, I just need to go.
No, you've already had that time to do that.
Okay.
You're already in the flow. So there's
there's
no time to check yourself or second guess yourself.
I need to check myself before we contact.
Right now, yeah, now's your time to get it all together. Okay,
That felt
pretty
good.
settled.
Yeah.
And it felt this hand, it wasn't all tense when you're hitting.
There's no delay.
My name is Sifu Adam Willis. If you're interested in my online community, courses, school, you can go to wingchunlessons.com and you can see this community that we're building. I've got students from all over that are taking this community, that are part of this community, that are taking the course and part of this school, and we're growing. We call it Dragon Family Wing Chun. We're a part of the Lung Sheng lineage, which is Yip Man's senior-most student. So again, wingchunlessons.com. It's got all kinds of different things in there, and that first course teaches a lot. Sunim Tao. We even get right into the dummy and all kinds of things. All right, guys. Thank you much.